What's good, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. All right, back once again, guys. As you know, another Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern. We get together here each week to talk about some interesting topics. And the thing about it is, I kind of want to hear what you think about these topics. So, we're just going to give you a chance to voice your opinions and what what you've heard, what you thought, any thoughts, comments, suggestions, all that good stuff. And this is a very live and interactive show. So for anybody just tuning in for the first time, just want to go over the format with you real quick. We will have the live chat. And what I always say is big shout out to the chat. This is the best chat on YouTube, guys. So there'll be a lot of different thoughts, opinions, and all that stuff going on in there. So the live chat is its own show within itself. So make sure you hop in the chat, get active in there. You never know who's going to be in there, whether you may meet your next fishing partner or somebody, that you may be able to exchange some interesting dialogue with in there. So make sure you get in there, introduce yourself to the chat. I will be in and out of the chat, just seeing what you guys are saying in there. Also, the other thing is that we drop polls throughout the show, and that those polls that we do are to gauge the room, to get an idea of what you guys think about the topics and who we have. Do we have tournament fishermen? Do we have guys out here that use their electronics? Are you against the electronics thing? And all that good kind of stuff. So it's just to gauge the room. The other thing is I will drop the live call-in link, and what that does is allow you, the viewers, to come on the screen yourself and voice your opinion. So I will drop that call-in link. Just make sure your camera is working, and I call that cammed up. Just make sure you are cammed up. I will do a quick audio check, and then we'll hear what you have to say. And the other thing, I cannot forget about the Facebook crew. Hold on one second. Is the Facebook crew live and in action? Okay, here we go. Let's see. There we go. All right. So the Facebook crew is live and in action. So big shout out to the Facebook crew. Really appreciate you guys for tuning in. All right. And check one more thing, and then we're going to get straight into the meat of the program, guys. All right. So there we go. So yeah, make sure you guys get active in the chat, and we're going to start off with a quick poll. You guys have seen the title of tonight's show, and you have seen that thumbnail. We're going to talk about Trey McKinney's recent disqualification, but we're going to approach it from a different point of view. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have some of the details that went along with that, but what we will be discussing is, have you ever had that type of situation yourself? Do you agree with the disqualification and about how things came about? So that's how we're going to approach it, guys. All right. And also, we've already been rolling, but drop a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me okay and see me okay. And let's see, I'm going to drop this first poll question. So this first poll, like I said, is to gauge the room. And it is, are you familiar with the recent disqualification and the details behind that with Trey McKinney? All right, so let me see. So have you heard about the recent Trey McKinney disqualification? All right, so we're going to start off there, and then we're going to get into some other things too, because I want to know, have any of you actually participated in any tournaments, had some, a high stakes situation, and things just didn't turn out for you the correct way, and maybe you got a little DQ or some type of penalty. All right, let's see. So have you heard about the recent Trey McKinney disqualification? And we will keep this first poll very quick and simple, guys. So we will go with yes, you have heard about it, or no, you have not. And that will kind of let us know how much we need to go into the details of that. So that first poll is live and in action, guys. The other thing I wanted to tell you real quick is tomorrow, I don't know how many of you follow the Battle of the Anglers that we put on, but that is where you will see me and a few other guys will be out there on the lake competing against each other live. So we will all be mic'd up so we can actually hear each other talking back and forth to each other. We have a commentator that'll be on there kind of, having some conversations with us and keeping the score tracking up there for you guys. And also the live chat will be in full effect. That will allow you guys, the viewers, to actually make comments and make suggestions. So we actually share information during our live tournament, guys. So if you want to make suggestions to the anglers, if you see us out there struggling, maybe we're out there catching those dinks, guys, you just never know. You can drop some suggestions in the chat and see if you can help one of your anglers out. All right, so let's see, guys. So that will be tomorrow. I will put the link for that in the description so you can click on that. So we will start off probably 6:30, 7 o'clock, but just check the link in the description. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you'll get that notification. All right, so let's hop straight into what we wanted to talk about this evening. And let me do that by sharing the screen. All right, just bear with me, guys. Just trying to get everything queued up for you real quick. All right, so here we go. So this is the article that you can find at the Bassmaster website. And it basically just goes over Trey McKinney's day 2 weight disqualified at Smith Lake. All right, so yeah, a disqualification at Smith Lake. But why? What would cause someone to get disqualified on one of those lakes? All right, so let's check this poll real quick, guys. I just want to see who we have in here, if you guys are familiar with this. All right, so right now, the poll, have you heard about the recent Trey McKinney disqualification? We have 76% of you are saying yes. Then we have 24% are saying no. So yeah, we'll go into a little, some details on that to bring you up to speed on what we're talking about so you can join in on the conversation. And like I said, make sure you guys continue to get active in the chat. All right, so let's go ahead and bring that up just a little bit for you. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's just take a quick look at it. All right, so McKinney's day 2 weight disqualified at Smith Lake. And I think this also, at this point when this was written, may not have included the full details, because from what I'm understanding is he was also disqualified on day 3, which was kind of sealed the deal on that tournament right there. But here we go, guys. All right, so let me see. So rookie Trey McKinney self-reported after weigh-in that he received a call from a family member. So he received a call from a family member during a tournament asking his whereabouts during competition, and was alerted that he was late to check in for weigh-in, which violated Rule C3. They give the, I mean, you guys can see it right there. Give the exact rule of the practice and competition official rules of competition. As a result, McKinney's weight was disqualified for the day. Unfortunately, so this is his statement that he had in response to what happened. Unfortunately, we made a mistake today that will cost us greatly in the long run. So he's kind of looking at it as a team effort, because you see he received a call from a family member. So there's a lot of these anglers, they have family support. So whether they're the younger guys or the older veterans that are in this fishing game, they all have a support system. So it is kind of a team effort, although a lot of times you're just going to see that angler, but just know they have people that are supporting and backing them. All right, so he says, unfortunately, we made a mistake today that will cost us greatly in the long run. McKinney said, sometimes we don't always know what God's plan for the future is, but he has a plan. And the positivity, we get to fish for the win for the rest of the year. All right, so he pretty much knew that this kind of knocked him out of the competition for this tournament. And at this time, I believe they were just talking about day 2, but I believe he lost his weight for day 3. And there was some video to go along with that. So let's just take a look at that real quick. And like I said, make sure you guys continue to get active in the chat. I will be in the chat directly after we finish taking a look at this video and see what you guys think about it. And then we'll dive into it just a little bit deeper, like I was saying before. So if you have any disqualification stories that has happened to you personally, or you know about some interesting ones, make sure you drop that down in the chat, guys. So I will be in the chat in just a minute and see what you guys have to say. All right, so this was his weigh-in for day 1. So let's take a listen and see how he did.
What a season he is having. 19-year-old fishing phenom, leading everything there is to lead. Trey McKinney, leading Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year, leading Dakota Lithium Rookie of the Year. He's the youngest Elite Series champion in history. Had 12 pounds, 2 ounces yesterday. 5 fish here today. £9 pounds, 4 ounces gives him 21 pounds, 6 ounces.
Wow, 21 pounds, 6 ounces. So it's a pretty decent weight. So he was out there putting in some work, guys. So let's listen in and see what else they had to say.
Who's into 20th place currently?
20th place.
21 pounds and 6 ounces. £21 pounds, 6 ounces, and Okay, here I'll clarify something for those.
All right, so here's about to clarify some weights for the people, but I see some interesting comments already coming in. I want to give a big shout out to everybody that is already getting active in the chat. And also, I need you guys to tap that like button for me. Let me just take a quick look. Are you guys treating me right on the likes? Doesn't take much. And would you believe it that some people actually thought that you had to pay for the likes, but hitting the like button is free, guys. Just hitting the like button is free. All right, so yeah, we're gonna need about, I think we need about 6 or 7 more likes, guys. So if you could go ahead and take care of that for me, I would really, really appreciate it. All right, so like I said, I'll be right into the chat in just a second, but let's go ahead and listen to the clarification that Dave Mercer is about to provide about the tallying of the weights.
Those of you wondering, and this is going to be that one. 4 pounds, 8 ounces. That's a brand new Phoenix Boats Big Bass. And you may be wondering, how does he only weigh 9 pounds, 4 ounces with those 2 big ones he held up? And obviously, he had a limit. 7 minutes late. So that means that it's a pound a minute. I'm not real good at math, but that is a painful, painful penalty to take here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, there's not much I can say on it. You know, I thought I was literally at awe of how good I was catching them. I was almost fun fishing at the end of the day. To be honest with you, you know, I caught that last 4-8. I was like, hey, I'm just going to go practice for tomorrow. And I caught that other big one, and I got caught up, you know. And I mean, all I can do is pray about it to just get me over it, you know. I mean, it hurts. Like I mean, you know what it is. You know, I had everything right here in my hands on a self-inflicted, you know, penalty. So hopefully we go out. If we do make the check tomorrow, hopefully we can go out there, maybe swing again, maybe hopefully gain some points. But you know, he's got a plan. We just got to pray about it, let him work it out, you know, and see what happens. It's all out of my control now.
You just lost track of time.
Well, I thought it was exactly. Actually, I come back to the ramp because I wouldn't be late, and I was fishing. I caught one. I cold. I was like, oh man, we're doing good. This is getting ready to be exciting. Pumped up. And all of a sudden, I'm like, man, something don't feel right. Shoot. I'm like, oh, you know. And then I ran to the boat ramp, and 7 minutes late. So
painful, but still a great day. Let's hear it for him. What a season he's having.
Oh man, it burns. It burns. 7 minutes late cost him 7 pounds. And what did they say his weight was? Like 9 something. So he was sitting on a very decent bag. And for that lake, from my understanding, I've never fished Smith Lake before, but from what I'm understanding is that weight that he had was a very decent weight for that lake. Let me see. Just bear with me real quick, guys. I had a quick message coming in. Let me see what's going on out here. All right. So let's see, guys. What do you think about that situation? What do you think about that situation? We're going to dive into it just a little deeper. Let's take a look at the poll real quick to see what you guys are saying. So it stayed about the same. So about 74% of you are saying you were familiar with this. So I should see some good comments about this topic and some more detailed information in there. But this is my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong. So like you heard him say, he was there fishing. He actually came back to the boat ramp to save some time. So he wanted to make sure that he wasn't late because he already had a decent bag. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right. So yes, he definitely had a decent bag. So he wanted to make sure that, you know, things were right. Things were going pretty good. Wait a second, guys. Do we have another big shout out to Get Your Fish On? I think you covered this story. How about that? He said, rule is a rule, but he needs to be better prepared and focused, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, that is definitely correct. I mean, everybody can do a little better with focusing, but I mean, the thing about it is whether you're somebody that is new starting out to the game, I mean, he's young, but he's been fishing for a while. But on the elite side, I mean, I think he's still a youngster in the game, but there's veterans out here that are still making mistakes too. And those type of things happen. And that's kind of what we're getting into tonight, guys. And I'll be looking in the chat to see if any of you have a story of your own where maybe you ran into a disqualification situation, or maybe somebody you know did the same thing. All right. So have you heard about the recent Trey McKinney disqualification? We are sitting at about 74% of you guys are saying that you have heard about it. So we're going to go ahead and drop that poll down, and we're going to bring up another one. And again, these polls are to gauge the room to see what you guys, you know, what your experiences are and how you may be approaching the topic as we continue to discuss it. And I want to hear your opinion on this. A lot of you guys are already familiar with it. So what is your opinion? I'll be in the chat to check it out. All right. So this next question is, have you ever been disqualified in a tournament? Have you ever been disqualified in a tournament? And if your answer is yes, just like I said before, drop the the details around your specific situation in the chat so we can, we can all hear about it and maybe laugh about it a little bit, or not, depending on how it happened. Disqualification. Okay. All right. So have you ever been disqualified in a tournament? And make sure you guys continue to get active in the chat and participate in these polls. The live streams always build off of the participation from the chat and from the viewers of the program. This is a live show right now, guys. We get together each week, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you catch these on the live stream. That allows you to participate in the live chat and participate in the call-in segment where I drop the call-in link and allow you to come up and voice your opinion on the different topics. Sometimes you guys take advantage of it. Other times you don't. So you just never know. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. All right, so here we go. That poll is live and active, guys. The question is, have you ever been disqualified in a tournament? All right, so that is the question. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into the chat. I want to give a big shout out to the Money Team. Those are the members of the channel, guys. If you see someone in the chat and they have that badge right next to their name, that means they are a member of the channel. Those are the people that you will hear me referring to as the Money Team. And when I get behind in the chat, sometimes it saves a little bit of time for me to go through there and just hit the Money Team members real quick to see what you have to say. But let's go ahead and start back up here and see who we have tuning in. All right, big shout out to CT. You guys know CT. He is a member of the Money Team. He said nobody's mad. Oh yeah, CT. So the title of tonight's live stream was Trey McKinney's disqualification. Guess who's mad? I mean, there are some people that are kind of rooting for his downfall. You know how it is whenever someone is kind of climbing up the ladder, there's somebody always trying to pull him back down. So you just never know who's looking into this situation. And, it's kind of like thinking he may deserve these type of things. But everybody kind of goes through their trials and tribulations, guys. All right, big shout out to Joe Winkler, another member of the Money Team and very strong supporter of the channel. We will be out there on the lake tomorrow. So we have 4 anglers that will be live tomorrow, guys. I will put the link to tomorrow's live stream. We will be out on the lake in full competition mode. You guys will be able to participate in the chat the same way you are here, and you'll be able to hear everything we're saying to you guys in response to the chat and to each other. It's going to make it pretty interesting. All right, so let's see. I'm just going through here to see what what your thoughts and opinions are on the topic that we're covering so far. All right. Shout out to Eat Squawk. Says, I was about to say I'm mad, but money actually got here first. Oh, yeah. There we go. Big shout out to Eat Squawk. Really appreciate it. All right. Then big shout out to Stephen Dorsey, another member of the Money Team. Says, I'm here, MoneyBass. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You are here. And really appreciate you participating in the chat. Okay. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Look what we have. We have to stop the show. There you go, CT. Top Toad is mad. He says, I'm PO'd. I'm pissed off. Trey messed up my fantasy fishing. Oh, my goodness. Messed up your fantasy fishing. So he's mad. You knew there had to be somebody that was mad out there. So I didn't think about that one. But good point. Top Toad said he is mad because his fantasy fishing is messed up now. All right. I want to give a shout out to Chris Phillips. He says, hey, everyone. All right. Tuning in to the live stream. All right, let's see what's going on, guys. I'm just going through the chat real quick, trying to get caught up. Got to give a big shout out to Doty Fishing, another member of the Money Team. Glad you are checking in. Haven't seen you for a minute, but Doty says rules are rules. He broke a rule, so he has to deal with the consequences. Doesn't sound like he had a problem with that, and he self-reported, guys. So the part that was not played in that video, from my understanding, I see we have some people in the chat that may have a little more detail about the situation. It appears that he may not have been aware that there was additional consequences that were going to be put in place for him being late. And I believe that's what caused him to lose his day 3 day 3 weight. I don't even think he was able to compete in day 3. All right. Okay. I'm just going through the chat, guys. I'm going through the chat trying to see what you guys have to say. All right. Big shout out to Joe Winkler. He says, that's cool. I really got busy with the, okay. So you guys, yeah, that's the other thing. Make sure you continue to network with each other. Like I mentioned earlier, you never know who's in the same neck of the woods as you, fishing the same lakes, maybe even the same tournaments. So you may find your next fishing buddy in these comments, guys, in the chat. So make sure you always participate in that. All right. Shout out to Chris Phillips, another member of the Money Team, says rookie moves by Trey. That is true. But for all the other angles, he is still getting it done. That is also true. So good deal with that one. All right, let me see. Uh-oh, here we go. We're getting some of the information. All right, so why was he disqualified? Joe Winkler says he was late and answered a call from his mom that was worried. All right, hey, what is wrong? I mean, shouldn't moms worry a little bit if you see that your little pumpkin isn't into the weigh-in yet? Like, hey, where is he at? It's kind of dangerous out there sometimes, so you might need to check on him. And if you think about it, if you're out on the lake, and I have not read, I don't know the specifics on the rules, but if you get a phone call and you answer that call, what that person says, you don't really have control over what you are about to hear. So should you even answer the call? What if it's an emergency? You won't know until you answer it. But as soon as you put that phone to your ear and somebody says, you're late, come in now. You're like, oh my goodness, I just got some disqualifying information. I'm done. I need to self-report. I'm an honest person. I'm an honest dude. I need to go ahead and self-report. And now my day is done. Day is over. But hey, what do you do in that situation? Would you guys even answer your phone? But like I said, you never know if it's going to be an emergency situation. So, wow, kind of a tough one. All right, so let's see. Black USC says controversy seems to follow him. He's young and will learn. That is right. He has time. He has time to make up for these mistakes, guys. So I think getting these, these scars early on are things that he will be able to learn and build from. And for me, I'm looking to see if any of you guys have a story of your own where you may have been in a situation where you have been DQ'd or had some type of penalty. I've had 2 or 3 in my day. All right, so let's see, guys. I'm just checking the chat and I'm checking the likes. All right, so the likes are moving on up. All right, really appreciate it. But I do need 3 more. I just need 3 more likes. If you're listening, you're liking it, you're having a good time, go ahead and hit the like button for me. I just need 3 more likes, guys. Really appreciate that. All right, so in my situation, this is what happened to me. I think I've had 1 DQ, and it was for, believe it or not, a similar situation as Trey McKinney. Oh my goodness. And it stung, it burned, it hurt after a long day of catching those fish. And it was a struggle. It was on Lake Eufaula, guys. The twist to my situation is that I was a co-angler. I'm not driving the boat, guys. I'm not driving the boat. All right, guys. So I'm a co-angler. Lake Eufaula. I'm trying to win co-angler of the year. I'm putting it in. I'm getting some work in, guys. At that time, I think one of my main lures that I used, one of my main techniques was throwing a Texas rig. I think I was throwing it on a 1/4 ounce bullet head. And this was years ago, guys. So I still remember, I don't remember my exact weight that I had, but I was throwing a Texas rig, Lake Eufaula, June bug, trick worm. It was doing the damage. It was making things happen for me. So I'm catching fish, catching some short ones, catching some keepers. I may have even been culling that day, guys. I was having a good day on the lake, trying to get my points up for co-angler of the year. So, I mean, I think I had my limit. I think my boater had his limit. So we did the same thing that you just heard Trey McKinney say. We headed back to the boat ramp early. So we got to the boat ramp a little early. So we're just, hanging around, just casting and, trying to see if we can catch a kicker fish. Because at that time, I believe I was sitting on anywhere from 9-something pounds to 11-something pounds, which for me was good on the co-angler side. It was going to give me some great points. So now we're fishing. We see some boats start coming in or whatever, and we're just looking at the time. My boater's looking at the time. I was not even paying attention to the time. At that time, I was a co-angler. I wasn't really concerned with those type of things. So we're fishing, and we're noticing the boats going in. And eventually we go ahead and crank up and we go easing on over and we start looking around and we're like, man, looks like everybody's in. I wonder why everybody would have come in early. They didn't come in early. We were over 15 minutes late. And it's 1 pound per minute. Man, when it sunk in, and I'm still not familiar with all of the rules, the way that goes, but I'm like, man, well, I'm a co-angler. I didn't have anything to do with navigating or determining where the boat goes and all that. So do I still lose my weight? Yes, sir. My weight was done. It was done. That was day one. It was crushing day one, but I still had day two. I don't even think I weighed my fish in, guy. Well, I don't think I even weighed my fish in, but I had already been weighing them throughout the day, so I knew that my weight. I can't remember the exact weight, but like I said, it was anywhere from 9 to 11 pounds. Had to put those fish back, and it hurt. But the thing about it, I was able to go back and do a repeat on day 2, from what I remember. So I was still able to come in, still get some decent points, but I received a DQ. Just lost track of time. I mean, we're having great conversation. We had a great day out on the lake, and we were just thinking other people were coming in early. Did not realize how many boats had actually gone by us in the process. So that was my disqualification story right there, guys. What about yours? I'm looking in the chat to see what you guys are talking about in here. All right, so let's see, guys. All right, big shout out to the burning season back once again. He says, this has nothing to do with any one individual, but how pathetic have the circus become legit traveling sideshows. Wait a minute. What? Well, I must have missed something in the chat. I mean, people have been getting DQ for a long time. So this isn't anything new. I think a lot of things are just being exposed a little bit more because of social media and just more ways of people to communicate faster and more efficiently. All right, so let's see. CT, what does CT have to say? He says, MoneyBass, he was not DQ'd on day 3. That is correct. He didn't make the cut due to day 2. So correct, he was DQ'd on day 2, which right, did not. So he didn't make it to day 3. All right. So that was some clarification in case I did say that wrong a little earlier, guys. So really appreciate that. All right. So let's see. I'm still heading through the chat, guys. I'm looking in the chat. All right, here we go. Shout out to Get Your Fish On once again. Says, rule is a rule, but he needs to be better prepared and focused, in my opinion. All right, so what I'm going to do, guys, is go ahead and drop the call-in link. I did mention earlier that this is a very live and interactive show. We have the polls going up, and that is to get your thoughts and opinions and see who is in here as far as gauging the room. The live chat is to get your thoughts and opinions to see what you guys actually have to say about the topic. And of course, we have the call-in link. So what I'm doing now is just dropping this call-in link. It will be in the chat. So if you want to come up here and share maybe your DQ story or want to share some more details on some information surrounding this topic, then you guys can do that. Feel free to come on up and do that. So the live link is in the chat. And basically, just make sure you are cammed up, meaning that your camera is on so we can see you. Then we'll do a quick audio check to make sure that we can hear you okay. And we'll see what you have to say. I'll give you a minute or two, let you speak your piece, and then I'll drop you down and bring someone else up if they are interested in speaking. All right, so right now, have you ever been qualified in a tournament? We have 88% of you are saying no. Wow, okay. And then we have 12% are saying yes. So I want to hear some of the yes stories in the chat or hit the call-in link. I want to hear some of the DQ stories, guys. I gave you guys mine. So that was my DQ story. And I actually have, let me see. So I have a DQ story. I have a fish penalty story. That one hurt pretty bad too. Lake Chickamauga, land of the big fish, lost my big fish and the smallmouth. Oh my goodness, guys. It was terrible. It was terrible. Been through some situations. All right. So let's see, guys. We can have somebody that wants to come up and say a few things. Want to give a big shout out to CT. What is going on, sir? How you doing this evening?
Yo, how's it going?
Hey, man, I'm making it. Got to get ready for tomorrow's. You know, I have some people that are ready to come out here and try to bust my head out here on the lake. So I have to go out here and see what I can show them. See if I can show them a thing or two.
Making me set my alarm, man. Listen to you.
Oh yeah, man. You need to get up and get into the action. It's going to be a good one tomorrow. We're going to have some people to come out there and, try to get some revenge on me. So what's going on?
Looking forward. Yeah, I was always looking forward to Live Tomorrow, man. You're on the water challenges. They're always great. I love seeing the guys get together and talk the trash and try to beat the snot out of each other out there. It's always a good time.
That's right.
Um, yeah, it's no secret that I like Trey, but like Get Your Fish On said, the kid's got to clean it up because he's green. He's just green, just so dead gum green. And he was fishing near the ramp, getting in what he thought was a few last casts.
Hmm.
Was late for his flight. Got a call from his mother because basically his mother is one of a couple people that are basically his pit crew when he's on the road.
Right.
um, Now, when he was up there on stage with Mercer, it was the 7 pounds. It wasn't until he was telling the story later and, told Lisa and like phone call what that it nixed the whole day.
Right.
And so at that point, then he didn't make the cut for day 3. Done deal. He's out. Now, as far as the Angler of the Year race, he's still in there. He's going to be doing it out with Hamner. I think it could go either way between Hamner and McKinney. But honestly, if I had to put my money on it, I'm going to make a prediction right here, right now. Hamner is the next gentleman to win a double major in a season. Having won the Bassmaster Classic, I think he will go on to win the Angler of the Year. And then when he does, everybody's going to put up with my big man's "I told you so" dance on my channel as I do a big jiggly dance because I think that's how it's going to go down. I was going to say that before then, McKinney was going to win it, and quite frankly, let's look at this. If McKinney doesn't get DQ'd, he was still carrying big bag in the tournament, right? He had a chance to win that tournament, if not completely close out Angler of the Year. Therefore, would have made him the youngest Angler of the Year in history, beating the former youngest angler Kevin Van Dam's record.
Wow.
By about by what 5-6 years, whatever it is, 4 or 5, 6 years, somewhere there. Off the top of my head, I'm forgetting to have it in my notes, but would have broken that record. However, he still has a few years to make that up and set that record. I think he's capable of doing it. But with that change of fortune on this last tournament, I think it puts Hamner in the driver's seat to go ahead and take Angler of the Year, win his double major, and then, solidify him as one of the new big men on scene.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, and he definitely has some time. So I have a quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you've been on the tournament scene. Have you ever answered a call during a tournament?
Yes.
All right. So now the other part to the question, you answer the call, and as soon as you answer it, the person says, "Hey man, you need to be throwing a crankbait on points." And you're like, "Oh shoot!" And or it's like, "Hey bud, you only have 15 minutes to get back. You need to tell your boater to get." So it's like as soon as you answer the call, you don't know what they're gonna say. So you don't. So what would you do in that situation?
See, if someone would have given me fishing information, it wouldn't have to be worried about DQ because they'd have to be worried about bailing me out of jail. As far as the other one, I'd throw my hands up and say I'm probably done because I accepted the call anyhow. But with that said, our particular situation though was different. We had an emergency weather situation where we had a weather forecast change on us to sustained winds of 65 miles an hour out of the north from a north-south running lake. And we were getting 4 to 6 foot rollers. And it was the wife calling me saying that she just saw one of our tournament anglers out of the back window of the lake house go completely vertical and almost go over backwards.
Wow.
And so that call was to me, so I could call the tournament director, put down my foot, and say, "Everybody off the water now." So I'll do you one better. I think I'm probably the only person that ever ran a trail in the history of running trails to cancel a tournament midway through the dadgum day.
Because of the weather?
Yeah, we had to pull everybody off. We told them, beach wherever you can beach, get somewhere safe. We'll come pick you up. Call us when you get there. We'll come get you and your, and then you can come back, get your trucks and trailers, and we'll figure out how to get all the boats out. But everybody just go park it, get safe.
Gotcha.
And this lake was notoriously bad in the month of January, and everybody kept clamoring for it, and I kept telling them it was stupid, and finally stupid added up enough that when we had everybody back safe and sound. Oh, we even lost 2 boats that day, by the way. We didn't lose the people. The people were picked up. We lost 2 boats, and I asked everybody if we were coming back to that lake again. Everybody, shook their heads no, finally.
Wow. Okay,
But,
man.
yeah, it was bad.
So yeah, I know you have some war stories out there too. So I really appreciate you coming up. I always have some interesting comments for us. Want to give a big shout out to CT, guys.
Y'all take care, fellas. Appreciate you, man.
All right, appreciate you, CT.
See ya.
All right, so yeah, so as mentioned, tomorrow we are going to be live and in action, probably at 7 o'clock in the morning, guys. So we will be out on Lake Lanier. So it will be 4 anglers battling it out live for you guys to come, jump in the chat, participate. We will be able to hear and speak to each other. You guys will be able to be in the comments. We will be able to see and read your comments and respond to them. So it's going to be a very interesting situation. The link for that will be down in the description. I'll put that in there as soon as this live stream is over. But if you are already subscribed to the channel, you should receive the notification. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And real quick, as I always do, I need to check my likes real quick, guys. How are my likes looking? All right. Look at that. The likes are looking lovely. Things are looking lovely. All right. So what I want to do, guys, I'm going to go through the chat, maybe about 2 or 3 more minutes. I'm going to go through here real quick, and I'm way behind in the chat. So what I always mention is I will try to go through and give shout outs to the members of the money team, get caught up in the chat, because what we are going to be doing this evening is we're going to meet the anglers, guys. We're going to meet the anglers. So I want to give a big shout out to the guys that will be competing tomorrow. I have them sitting backstage right now. So I'm just going to hop in the chat real quick, get caught up. Then we're going to pull up some anglers. So we'll get their thoughts and opinions on the topic that we have been discussing, and, see what they have to say, what their predictions will be for tomorrow. All right. So let me just hop in here real quick, guys, and let's see who else we have. All right. So we have Jay Will, reeling and chilling. What's going on? Big shout out to the money team. Really appreciate you for tuning in. He says, "What's good, money? What's going on?" All right, so let's see, guys. Let's see. All right, so all I'm doing now, guys, is just gonna go through here, give a few shout outs to my people, see how you guys are doing. Want to give a big shout out to Rory Johnson. He says, "Yes, I was late getting back on Logan Martin and had the winning weight. Got hung up on a sandbar. Oh man, those sandbars will get you." So yeah, I guess there's a lot of people who have had those growing pains out there. And let me just look at the poll again real quick, because I see a few more of you have participated. Wow. And there's a lot of votes. And with all of those votes, 10% are saying yes, they have been disqualified before. I thought the percentage wouldn't have been a lot higher, because it has happened to me and it burns. It hurts. It hurts when it happens, guys. All right, so let's see. I'm going through here real quick, guys. Going to do a speed round. All right, so I want to give a big shout out to Joe Winkler. He is the current sponsor of tonight's live stream, guys. He was the sponsor of the last On the Water live stream, which carries over to tonight's live stream. Whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, or as you guys have been doing, gifting memberships. So you've been adding to the money team out there, so that we've had some more members coming to the channel. Those are will be the sponsor of the live show. So I want to give a big shout out to Joe Winkler for that. All right, let's see who else we have checking in. All right, so the money team, you guys are being a little quiet tonight. That's just kind of took a quick look in here. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and take a listen to some of the guys that are going to be showing up for tomorrow. First to the stage, who do we have? Big shout out to DP. All right, we have DP checking in. All right, and then who is this? What's going on, sir? We have
What's up?
we
What's
have
going on?
angler number 3. All right, and I think you guys may know this next person. Big shout out to Mako, the shark coming in. Uh-oh, he's already flexing on us. He's flexing on us, guys. All right, so yeah, just go ahead and give a quick introduction. We'll start off with DP. We're going to be live on the lake tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., guys. So make sure you tune in for that. Actually, it may be 6:30. We're going to kind of discuss that. We may go with 6:30 because I believe safe light is 6 a.m. All right, so go ahead and introduce yourself, Mr. DP.
How you doing? My name is Darren Pearson, out of Georgia, actually from Cincinnati, Ohio. Me and Ryan's in the Rod Bender's Bass Club. It's always fun to fish this format, man. It's different. It puts a lot of pressure on you more than you think. And then guys talking smack, you got to be able to take it. I mean, we fished Logan Martin. I won that one, but
you had to bring that up, huh?
Right.
Yeah. I got to get my bids in now. 15 feet and up, 15 feet. I'm solid, but this offshore structure. I'm not saying I'm not going to win, but I'm just saying this time of the year on the near, I struggle. But I'm going to give it my all.
I see. I mean, you're going to be out there catching some fish. DP's kind of being modest about it. He's going to try to be that silent killer out there catching them. All right. So who do we have?
Of course, that's what when them sea whales do, man. The offers, they come in and grab that seal and throw them up in the water and catch him and play with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna see. All right, so next up we have Mako the shark. Go ahead and speak to your people. Let them know a little something about you.
Sure. What's up, people? Mako Mills here. I'm out of Mableton, Georgia, near Smyrna, Georgia. Excited to fish the tournament on the channel tomorrow. Done it a couple of times. Had some crazy mishaps, but hey, man, you can't win if you don't play. So love the sport, love fishing, and love this channel, this whole platform. It's summertime here in Georgia. It's pretty hot. I mean, I'm sure it's like that at everywhere you guys are too, but it's been 90-something degrees out there, man. 96, 97 degrees. I'm telling you something. It's hot out there in that water.
Oh yeah.
So
What'd you say, DP? He loves the sport and loves fishing, but he's not gonna love the beating that you're gonna give him.
Whoa.
Oh,
see,
my goodness.
I'll leave on my comments for tomorrow.
Wow. He's another version of Chicken Hawk, just a little more refined.
No, I'm not. Don't put that name on me. I wish he was here.
Me too. Me too. But no, thank you, Ryan. This is great. Again, at the end of the day, it's fun. And I wish everybody a great 4th Independence Day here. So great for everybody to be out here. Hope everybody's around, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm having a good time either way. Win or lose, it'll be fun.
All right. And we have the silent assassin down there. He hasn't been saying too much yet. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir, and tell the people a little about you.
All right. What's up, people? They call me J New. I'm a member of East Cobb Bass Club. I'm also a school teacher, retired Navy. Fishing is what keeps my sanity. So,
thank you for your service.
But hey, you're welcome, bro. But this helps keep me level. So getting out on the water, that's all I live for. That and Mako know, my other passion is robotics. So ain't no electronics out there on the water. I'm just gonna get out there and do what I do.
All right. So let's do this. Let's give some predictions. Mr. Darren up there in the top right. What are you predicting your weight will be for tomorrow?
Well, I'll probably, like I said, it's this time of the year is tough for me on linear. But I'm going to say maybe 8 pounds.
All right, 8 pounds. Okay,
That's
and you never know. That may be enough to do it. That may be enough to make it happen. All right.
What you want to do, Mako?
All right, yeah. So what you got, Mako?
I mean, like DP said, man, you can only go for what you can go for. I mean, what'd you say your number was, DP?
8.
Yeah.
8 pounds even. All right. So what you got, Mako?
So my last fish was 3.8 on that tournament. Me and Ryan's little battle, but he got me about 1.9 pounds. It's always like that when I fish with this guy.
No, it's 1.93 pounds.
Oh, well. Whoa. See, DP? See how you do me? So DP, I think.
Yeah.
I'm at least, that was a nice fish though, but It wasn't enough to win. That's all that matters. But at the end of the day, I think I'm going to go 10.
Uh-oh. All right.
I'm gonna go.
Well,
I'm going to go for the gusto, if not more. I mean, I'll let it go for a huge bag, but I'm just going to say 10. I'm just getting back right here.
That's 2 pounds. That's 2 pounds with 5 fish.
I mean, you know, it's doable, right? So I'm just going to try to go for
No, yeah, 2 pounds per fish. That's doable.
all
Yeah.
right. And
That's
look, got to give a shout out to the burning season. The burning season says, I'm predicting a tie because no fish will be caught. Oh, my goodness. What is going on with that? Oh, no. Oh, no. So in
Love
that
it.
situation,
Love
I
it.
guess we need to count who's
Burning
cast the
season.
most. So maybe who can have the most cast will break the 0 pound tie. All right. So Jay New, what do you have on it? What do you have on it?
Hey man, I'm kind of believing with Bernie, man, because Lanier is one of those nemesis lakes for me.
Uh-huh.
I don't. There's no in between. It's either crash and burn or the sky's the limit.
Uh-oh. The sky's the limit.
I'm looking. I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the goal is to get at least 12.
Oh my goodness, 12 pounds on it.
If I get 12, then I'm
Woo!
Right.
My guys at East Cobb told me I need to change my club name if I don't catch no fish, though. I got to make sure.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
It's gonna be
It's a tough.
it's
lake.
gonna be tough, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be tough. It's hot. And the only person that's got the advantage is Ryan. He can come outside and
Well,
take
right
2 hops and be at the
Hey,
lake.
man, listen,
I
why
would
we
agree-
gotta
I would agree
do
with
all that and all the extra stuff in there? Let me throw in my prediction. So yeah,
What's the guy? Hold on, Ryan. What's the guy's name down the bottom again?
we got Mr. J New
Yeah.
checking in.
Jeff.
Hey, New, you said you was gonna whoop Ryan like you taking his new toy at the Christmas time. Is that what you just
Oh my
said?
God. Oh my! Whoa!
I'm gonna try to come on and shock the world.
He's shaking his head.
Shock the world.
He said, I shocked the world. I'm gonna
Oh my God!
man. Well, okay.
What's
All
your
right, let's
prediction?
see.
What's your
Wait a minute.
prediction?
Who is Daniel over here says, I'm thinking Jay New got some insight. Yeah, I mean, see, that's what I'm thinking. Jay New's like the sniper. He hiding out in the trees with the long range. You know, he doesn't have to make too much noise over here.
You know, Jay New is the educator, so I do a lot of studying.
Whoa!
Okay.
If I can work, that's a different story. I know what's supposed to work, but whether it works or not.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna have to put in a little work tomorrow. So supposed to get kind of hot on us, and
Yeah.
you know, may have to run over here and run over there again, and maybe look back over here one more time. And I'm gonna have to go ahead and come in with 12.01. 12.01.
That's your prediction?
There we go. 12.01. Well, actually, let me clarify. Let me just say I'm coming in with 0.01 more than what whoever in second place catches. There we go, partner. There we go. That's how it's gonna happen.
I love it.
All right, so now let's hop back into this topic real quick. So you guys heard about the DQ that happened with Trey McKinney. So do you have any comments or thoughts on that, DP? And have you ever had a DQ before?
Yeah, I put inside the chat. I got DQ'd down in Lake Sinclair, Georgia. What happened was I left my phone inside my truck, and my graphs had did an update on them and didn't put the time back right. So I thought I had another hour. So I was out there a whole hour past the time limit. So when I did get in, you know, I was DQ for all my fish. So I don't know if I had the winning bag or not. I probably had about maybe 10.5 pounds, but it did hurt me real bad for Angler of the Year.
Man.
So yeah, I got DQ for being late coming back in.
Oh man. So
as far as the young man, I think they should have took his 2 biggest fish. I don't think he's disqualified. I don't think they should have disqualified him for the whole tournament based on his mom only asked him, where you at? You late. You know, if he was giving him some information I know what the rule states. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to break the rule. You know, he still should have been punished. But based on what she said, she just worried about, you know, where he was at, not giving him information on how to catch fish. So that's just my opinion. But
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, so it wasn't necessarily that she gave him information to catch fish, but the information
Right.
was an attempt, and it did save him from possibly running 15 minutes late or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I think at 15 minutes late, I don't know if there's specific rules say that, but I think some of them read that once you hit 15 minutes or more, then you're just done completely. So if
he was done anyway.
Right.
He was done once.
Yeah, so he lost 7 pounds, but if she hadn't have called him, he probably would have lost more than that. So I'm thinking that
you mean if he wouldn't have answered?
Both, because if she wouldn't have called, then he wouldn't have answered. So
right,
so however you want to say it. So right.
I mean, if she called and he didn't answer, they would just took 7 pounds from him. You see what I'm saying? If he wouldn't answer the phone.
Let me ask you if this is what you're saying. So let's say he looks and he sees that the phone is ringing, and he's like,
right.
Why would my mom be calling me? Oh shoot, look at the time, and he does not answer it, and he goes in. Wow.
Right, but the rule states he's got to answer the phone, not look at it.
So you found
I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness!
That is, hey, long as he don't hit the, hey mom, what you want? You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness, I got you. So DP has the loophole method. Like, hey mom, just call me if there's a problem. All I got. Oh, my mom's calling me. Something's not right. Let me get out of here. Wow. Okay, so that's a loophole. All right. So what do you think, Mako? What are your thoughts? Have you ever been DQ'd, and what are your thoughts on this situation?
No, I haven't. But I'm trying to really understand the reason why he was DQ'd was because he did answer the phone and spoke to his mom during a tournament. And even though she was calling him to make sure he gets in for weigh-in time. And I mean, what's the real reason? That was the real reason, right?
Yeah. So there's kind of 2 parts to it. So the first part about him losing weight was that he came in 7 minutes late. So he lost 7 pounds.
Okay.
So he had already lost that weight. But now the second part to that is that now because he received the phone call, he loses everything, because now he broke that rule and he is disqualified for that entire day, because that rule in a sense is giving him information, letting him know that, hey, if you don't get in here, you're going to lose all of your weight. So that gave him an edge over his competitors because they don't have their moms calling them to give them information. So I kind of look that as kind of the what do they call it, the intent behind the plan. I mean behind the rule.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But let me ask you. Let me ask you this, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
You saying since he got the telephone call, they still DQ'd him for that just because he got it?
No, that's not the way that they said it, because he talked to his mom.
Right.
He got the information.
Okay, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, a rule is a rule, Ryan, right? I mean, we all have to abide by them, right? Like in your tournaments, like you got to have things prepared. You got to, there's certain qualifications you got to have. If not, you don't have to participate in them. So,
right.
They're not saying you don't have to do it, but at the same time, when you are a part of something that everybody's a part of, I think all rules should apply. It's nothing personal, right? So at the same time, I'm thinking it would happen to anybody else. Hamner, I'm not able to call him, and same deal, or same situation, man. So unfortunately, I think, or just fortunately, that rules are in place for a reason, right? But at the same time, so it can be equal. And at the end of the day, sometimes it's not always that way, but that's the purpose of them. So
right.
What that happened to him, he's a great angler, man. He's totally up and coming. So unfortunately, he got that bad end, man. But he was pretty cool about it, though. He took it like a man,
Right.
He said that God's plan is something else for him. So hey, he's still fishing. He'll be okay. He's got a lot more time to fish.
Oh my goodness! Wait a minute, guys. We have to stop the show. We have M. Jones stepping up. M. Jones said, "Hey, what's going on, partners? I think I'm going to sponsor tonight's live stream. Let me throw in a quick $20 super chat." All right, really appreciate that. M. Jones says, let me see. He says the biggest trash fish on Lanier. Wait a minute. The biggest trash fish. So you're saying anything other than a bass will get?
Oh, yeah, I don't want that.
20. Add some fun in there. Okay, the biggest trash fish. Okay, let me see. Who is most likely to catch a trash fish? what do you guys think in the chat? Oh, we have Jay New already volunteering for it. All right, let me do some quick work in here. All right, so Jay New, same question to you. Have you ever been DQ'd, and what do you think about the situation that we were talking about with our partner Trey McKinney?
Yeah, no, I've never been DQ'd before, but I understand the rule and I understand the purpose behind the rule, and it's unfortunate. But as a professional, one of the things my dad told me when I first went into the military, he said, "Hey, whatever happens, the military can't screw you if you know the rules. So if you know the rules, the military can't screw you. You can only allow yourself to be screwed." And that's basically what happened. He knew the rules, but he allowed himself to get screwed. He knew he wasn't supposed to answer that phone. Now, I understand you see, oh, my mom's calling me, it could be an emergency. But at the same time, what could he possibly do between then and time he's supposed to, be in?
Right.
He could have just, it could have been, you know what, today's over with. Let me go find out what my mom called me about. Because she ain't going to be calling me for no reason.
Right.
Go in. But then now some of that's maturity too. I think there's a little bit of the immature on his side that kind of came through. A more seasoned angler probably would not have answered the phone. They probably would have waited.
Right. Based on what you just said, like, what am I going to do between now and the next 7 minutes before I get back in anyways?
Right.
Wow. Okay.
It's good for him, Ryan. He was also on air, right? He had cameras on him and photographers on him. So he, it'd have been tough to get out of that one. But yeah, that was a tough one for him.
But the thing is, his mom is on his pit crew, so she know the rule too. She knew she didn't supposed to call him. But who ain't gonna answer the phone for their moms? That's kind of hard, you know what I mean? But you get that kind of money in the the money on the line, and then you fishing for the angler of the year, trying to make it big to go to the classic. He's immature, man. A little bit. You still got to grow. You're young. You know what I mean?
Right.
But even the mom know it because she's on this pit crew to help him when he traveling and stuff. So she got to know that rule.
Yeah, she should.
I'm not trying to blame the mom and nothing like that. People make mistakes. Don't get me wrong, but I'll be honest with you. Because if it was my mom's dad, bless her. But if my mom would have called me, I believe I'd have answered the phone too. Because mom wouldn't have called for nothing. I'll be honest with you, man.
Right.
But then my mom was, boy, why you ain't catching no fish? You need to go over here. Then I'll be messed up anyway. So
you need to be throwing a crankbait.
That's the wimpy effect, right, Brian?
Oh man. Oh yeah. That's terrible right there. That's terrible. All right, so check this out, guys. We gave our predictions. We have somebody from the money team. We have Big Ivy Fishing. He said, let me throw in my prediction. He said, Mako is going to have 6 pounds, 5 ounces. Yeah. Jay New is going to have 2 dinks and 7 pounds. Okay. All right, so he put you ahead of Mako. Okay. All right, then he said, all right, so Darren, he will have 10 pounds. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I don't like the way that this is going. Let me see. He said, and then why I gotta be money bags? What is money bags? He says, I don't know. He probably have 4 dinks and 7 pounds, 2 ounces.
Yeah, man. I can work, man, according to this crowd.
What is going on, Big Ivy?
I like it.
Remember the money team just coming in and going in on me.
Gotta go
hitting me up like the burning season. Oh man. All right, guys. So look, it's already 9 o'clock. We've been rolling for about an hour. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and roll out. So because I still gotta go get gassed up and get tied on for tomorrow morning. Want to give a big shout out to M. Jones for hitting us up with the $20 super chat. All right, guys. So we are going to talk a little bit more in just a few minutes, but I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. You see your anglers on the screen. Let me just drop this down so you can see the names. We will be live and in action tomorrow morning. The link will be in the chat. We will be out on the lake live. The same way you see us on the screen now is the same way you will see us tomorrow morning, but we will be on our boats out here catching some fish. And apparently, according to Big Ivy, we're going to be out there catching some dinks. And DP's going to be beating our heads in. Oh, my goodness.
Whoa.
All right, so we want to give another big shout out to the sponsor of the show. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, guys. See you on the next one.